Hi, everybody. My name is Joey LaCourse, and I am a certified life and health coach, as well as a Clarity Catalyst trainer. I'm newly certified in health and life coaching. However, I've been helping advise friends and family for years. I was always the person that everyone came to for advice or to talk because I was a listening ear. And it was always my pleasure. It was always made me feel so good to have people want to come to me to talk to about their problems and trust me with guidance. So I always really appreciated that. I struggled really severely with my self-confidence for many years. My relationships, intimate or not, they suffered for it. I was not a nice person. Therefore, I drew people into my circle that were on my same frequency, and I wondered why they treated me the way they did. A seed was planted in my head when a wise old woman told me about the universe and its ability to give you anything and everything you could possibly dream of, so long as I believed that I deserved it and I worked for it and I earned it, and I was kind of like in alignment. And a wise old man also once told me that he spent most of his life just trying to be the best person he could be every day. Every day he strived to be a little better than yesterday. As I got older, those two conversations really stuck with me. And I thought about them every single time I found myself in another situation that was less than ideal. I slowly started to realize that I was the problem, not my friends, not my family, right? I had a bad attitude and I really needed to change it. But it was like, how? How do I change my attitude? Where do I start? How do I go through this whole process, It was a very challenging process. As I first needed to really evaluate the relationships that I had created in my life and kind of the people that were in my circle, and kind of really evaluate the people that had no intention of growing with me. That really wasn't the hard part, though. The hardest part of my journey was looking at myself in the mirror every day and convincing myself that I deserve better, that I am worthy of better, and that I love myself and all my flaws. This meant sleepless nights confronting old ghosts. It meant picking up myself off the bathroom floor after crying for hours. It meant talking to my doctor, and starting a new journey to heal so that I could become whole for what felt like the first time in my entire life. When I finally decided that it was time and I was ready, my healing journey began with a book. It was a very short, little, yellow self-help book called You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. Most amazing book I've ever read. That and The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. Two great books. I had been recommended to read this book after I had a conversation with a dear friend about my life and really where I wanted to see my future go. And we talked about it, and she recommended, she said, I'd like you to read this book. And I read it. I borrowed it from her. And oh my God, it was insane. I became addicted to the images I had in my head of my future self. I was like, oh my God, I can see this girl. She is so happy. She is so loved. She is so admired, and she is successful. That's who I want to be. And voila, here I am. About 5 years later, here I am. And I am constantly trying to be better than the person I was yesterday. I am constantly growing and loving myself every moment through it. I get to travel wherever I want to, whenever I want to. I have amazing friends in my circle now. They lift me up, they support me, they encourage me, they're my cheerleaders. And I've built a trusting relationship with my family that's sustainable. I was working for a student visa sponsor, and I loved my job so much. I loved it. It was my dream job, or so I thought. I never thought I could get a better job than that. And now that I'm a life coach, I'm like, oh, this is my sweet spot. But watching young people from all over the world come to the United States for a cultural experience and being there to support them through their young journey, it was incredible. I was due to move to Tennessee to represent a region within the company 1 month before the pandemic started. So needless to say, I didn't go. I ended up being furloughed. I ended up moving 5 times in 2020 because I had already given my notice to my landlord, so my apartment was already rented. My life was just turned completely upside down. Exactly 1 year later, in 2021, that same apartment that I gave up and that I loved so much became available again. This isn't a coincidence. I do not believe in coincidences. I really don't. The universe provides. I belonged here. I belonged here. I was not destined to move. I truly believe that. And it was when I moved back into that cute little teeny tiny apartment, home sweet home of mine, that I realized there must be something more to life for me. There's got to be more than this. I wasn't applying myself to the things in my life that really needed to be nourished. I finally decided that I wanted to help people get clear for a living. I wanted to help them get clear with who they are, what their purpose is, what the next step for them is, what their career goals are. You know, I wanted to be that nurturing guide for people, that someone that people could trust, that confidant. And I wanted to be able to help people in a way that took me so many years to figure out. You know, so what took me 5 years, that journey, I can help someone in less than a year get started, put them on the right path, where I had to kind of puzzle everything together and figure out what's my next step with no guidance whatsoever. It's the most rewarding feeling I could ask for. But anyways, that is how I became a life coach and a clarity trainer. And welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys get the best out of this that I truly am set out to deliver. So I'll be posting on here at least 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I'll keep you posted on anything else that's going on. So just stop by for a little motivation. Thanks, guys.